pushing, man. Keep pushing, keep pushing. This is a friendly reminder for you to keep pushing, man. I've been, man, I've had this shit in my face. Nobody ain't tell me nothing, man. Ain't nobody tell me nothing. Well, that ain't nothing. That's a reflection. You gotta keep pushing forward. I watched some old videos of mine, and man, I can't tell you how motivating those things are. To watch yourself fuck up, to make yourself genuinely laugh at, man, I think that's one of the safest, most healthiest places you can be from a mental point of view, is when you could watch a video of yours and just uncontrollably laugh. I mean, I'm talking a lot of the way that I made myself laugh recently, man. It was beautiful, man. It was so beautiful to me. It was wonderful to see that for myself. Why do I say that? Is because that's not, I've had a vision to want to help people. And I remember coming up with this fucking idea. But I was like, a lot of people write personal development books. And again, they write these books, but they don't really know. They don't do it with intent to not apply what I'm about to say. But these personal development books, they have the intent to help people. But when they write these books, it's in the form of you. It tells you should do this, you should save XYZ, you should invest in, you should read every day, you. Well, I thought about it from just lessons that I learned from an ad copy and copywriting and all this shit that I learned from a marketing and psychological point of view. If we were to reframe the books that were written to help the person that's actually reading it, and not, like, I know as the author, we're writing the book, trying to write a message to somebody, but we got to look at it from their perspective and say, okay, if they're reading it, they're reading it, man, it's tough to explain this lesson, but I think it would be super important or super powerful for people that actually wanted to help people and write books to help people, not just make money. Those people that write those books, if they changed the vocabulary to I did this, I did that. Now I know it's a little mental fuck initially, because the person reading it, it's going to be a little more, it takes a little more thought. The person reading it, I think I'm like, wait, this isn't true. But that's the point, right? There's a lot of things that you need to be doing that isn't true. You need to read it, in first person and start internalizing those lessons. But a lot of times we read that lesson and we hear you, and then think about it from your perspective. You're reading that, you say you, who are you talking to? Like, whoever's around you, And I know it may sound weird, but a lot of times our mind doesn't really connect that statement or that sentence, that lesson to us. So I think it'll be super powerful and effective if you really want to change the world and help people. You just change the personal development books and just change it to I. Like, obviously you have to be a little more thoughtful. Some places you can just go ham and do it with every book, but there's some areas that it wouldn't make sense. But overall, with the lessons that matter, the stuff that really matters, if we change it, I think it will start making a massive change, a massive difference in people's mind. There's going to be a lot of factors that are going to help, that are going to be required to help change us as a human. It's not going to be just one thing. Like, for example, what Gary Vee is doing with VeeFriends, that's a major part of it from a psychological point of view. Like, his big picture, I could try to explain it, but it's something that it's going to work. It's going to work because it's going to work. Like, it's just gonna work. I know that, because it's a combination of lessons. It touches home at an early age, where people really start to build their foundation. The lessons are opposite of what we've gotten. So I'm not gonna say good or bad, but if what we are right now is because of messages that have been put in our mind at a young age, well then, I know for a fact, VeeFriends and everything that the lessons that are taught, the characters, all those lessons internalized in the next generation and the next generation, it's going to be powerful. Nobody knows what it's going to be like, but I look at it like, I can just picture it being a complete opposite of what we have right now. So right now, we're in deep shit now. We're in deep depression. I was listening to a fucking debate by this dude and Anthony Pompliano. And it's funny because his arguments, like, he was arguing against Bitcoin. In his debates, he was talking shit, but what he was pretty much explaining in great detail of what was really happening, was pretty much warning the world, telling the world what our system is. So he was trying to say that's what Bitcoin is. He was saying all this Bitcoin is this, but all he had fucked up was the fact that that's how our financial system is. All those facts and everything. I wouldn't be able to verbatimly communicate that. If you want to hear that, go to Anthony Pompliano and there's I don't know what it was titled. It was like a debate with a fucking dude with glasses, and it was a recent video. It was like, I seen it yesterday. I don't know if it was uploaded yesterday. I seen it yesterday. Today's the 4th. So look for any video from between the 3rd and the 7th at debate. But the reason I say that is because he was pretty much, if you want to know our economy and what it's built on, like, he explained it, but he just labeled Bitcoin that. And, you know, I'm glad Anthony didn't really jump on it and defend it as much. But I'm just sitting back. I'm like, okay, say a little more. What else? You know what I'm saying? Because Bitcoin, and from my perspective, it duplicated our system, and it took away some stuff that essentially that stuff is what gives it power, right? So it took away the very same thing that people are scared of, the control, the being the reason, being the source of, being the one, being the plug of the money, pretty much. It's like, yeah, it's because Bitcoin and the technology, it's not just Bitcoin, but the technology opened up the holy shit, this could actually happen. We don't need, it's not so much about what it is, but it's about what it's done. Like the awareness of what could actually be done. And people try to get all technical and try to say, oh, the price and this and that. Is like, okay, great. The price, even if the price went to zero, the fact that Bitcoin has the capability, the fact that we could now transact globally without having a specific regulation in place, or having to go through a middleman, or having to go through a centralized bank and having to pay somebody X amount of fees just to do that, that alone is a positive enough use case. But again, we try to add stuff that, like distractions, you know, it's like the media. It's just like the media. It's like we add distractions. We try to add distractions to take away from the actual good in it. The technology behind it, the blockchain. Again, I'm not super educated enough to communicate it in a way where it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get Bitcoin, or I'm gonna invest into crypto after what he said. I'm not that dude. You know, if you want to learn from people that are gonna educate you, man, you go to Real Vision, go to Anthony Pompliano's YouTube channel. There's other guys as well. There's Crypto Banter. There's a couple of people, and I recommend them, not from everything they say is gospel, but when you start listening to a lot of different people, you realize, A, that this motherfucker just said what that motherfucker just said. So somebody's copying somebody, right? Clearly, you know, somebody's just duplicating somebody. And then you start fucking listening to trends, and you start realizing everybody just saying what somebody said. And what I caught on to is like, people really go, they find the most richest person, they find the richest person that I guess has the most credibility. I guess whoever's words hold more weight because they hold the more money, they have the most money, and then they'll learn from them and then pretty much start regurgitating their mindset. That's what's happening. And then whoever's message is pushed the best, whoever's message is articulated the best, essentially that side of the market wins. And a lot of people are bullish, and where everybody's, you know, we all got a specific message, which is cool. I'm cool with the message. I want crypto to go up from a financial point of view, from a price action point of view. I want it to go up as well. But I still don't want us to get it confused. You know what I mean? When I heard this person arguing about, again, I wouldn't be able to verbatimly say it. I was like, man, everything that he said is exactly what our system is. Like, that's what it is. He was talking about money laundering and all this stuff. But I was like, hold up, man. I mean, you and the logic just makes sense. He kept trying to use like drug dealer as a drug dealer thing, and I'm like, okay, that's stupid. Like, you're using a use case that doesn't really carry any weight, because it's true. If I was selling drugs, if I was the drug dealer, I'm not trying to have nobody send me nothing through no goddamn blockchain. No, nigga, cash. Fuck you think this is, man? This new generation, people be accepting Cash App and fucking all this shit. I would not be doing that shit. Fuck that. If I was the dude, if I was that guy, I would not be accepting, oh, you accept Cash App, you accept Zelle? No, nigga, cash. Go to the ATM. Nah, you know a nigga old school. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. Lazy as fuck. Go come over here with cash, man. None of that shit. You know, I'm trying to get taxed on some illegal shit. Get the hell out of here, right? People don't care about that. Like, they don't, I don't know, the generation don't think about it. It's like, okay, you make an extra. That's another thing. A lot of people that sell weed and shit and little pushing little side stuff here, they think they making money because the daily money that comes in. But again, when you start getting financially educated, for me, I don't think, like, it's not worth it. It depends what you're pushing, but from a financial point of view, it depends. It depends relative to what you're doing and the risk involved as well. Like, it depends. Because selling weed is actually kind of worth it if you're smart with it and you have some knowledge. But if you don't know what to do with money and you're just doing it like a job, like if you just making money and spending it, like, you know, you have no what is it called, the rudder. If you're doing it like that, selling weed is not lucrative at all. You know what I'm saying? You probably gonna make 70 or less, 70K or less, and I'm being very generous. You got to be a really, really good dude, like really good, prosperous, or like have a good connection and have a good network in order to make that. It's just not overnight. It's not easy. It's risky once you get to that level, and even that 70K is not even a lot. Like, that's not even a lot. So why I say that is, man, like, niggas chilling on this and shit. Well, there's a couple reasons, but I wouldn't. There's other ways. Is what I'm trying to say. There's other ways, and I forgot my point. To be real, I forgot my point. But yeah, shit's different now, man. Shit's so different. Shit is different nowadays, and it's gonna be different. And hopefully, the year 2023, hopefully in 10 years, somebody recognizes it's cyclical. There's going to be, I see what people are talking about. I see what these old folks be talking about, where they're like, oh, I see exactly what they're talking about now. And I kind of feel stupid, too, because I got, and I'm in deep, I'm in heavy on some positions. I'm in heavy now, you know what I'm saying? But I see what they're talking about. I see how people could have gotten scammed and lost money. I see it. I see exactly how is the ease of starting stuff, the ease, the access that we have to start stuff. Like, people could start a website, and it's funny because I read a couple websites, and the websites seem these websites seem legit, all this good stuff, but it's crazy. Now, after you learn some shit, it's crazy because I could put up a website and start trying to. It's crazy. I could put up a website right now, like really be thoughtful, maybe absolutely pay somebody, invest into the appearance of, and sell a value proposition, create a coin, and then people will actually invest into that shit. I don't know how you list the coin and shit, but people will actually just do it because of the lack of education that we have towards doing due diligence on a project and all that shit. So, that being said, there's a lot of opportunity everywhere, but you also have to be thoughtful. And I see what these old folks are talking about when they say they see all this shit happening again. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't around when they said the .com bubble and all that shit, but now I see exactly what they talking about. The Web3, that's .com all over again. That's .com all over again, if you ask me. Because people essentially are doing the same thing, but now it's not just, a company being, it's not just a company that's, it's not just a company that's that's rated on the stock exchange or something. Like, you could actually,
slow down, bro. I see me fucking people on bikes zooming by, bro. I ain't with that shit no more. Hell no, bro. I just see a soul that I'm like, bro, slow down, bro. Your love, man. That's all I think about now. Some bitch shit. It's funny because I used to go from let's go. I used to be that nigga to let's go. So then I used to just say, be careful, have fun when I get, you know what I mean? Keep going, but have fun. To then, now I see people zooming and I'm like, bro, slow down. I promise you'll get there, man. And, yeah, I got a lot in my heart right now. I got a lot on my heart. A lot of it is positive, some of it is negative, but I'm gonna keep sharing what I have to because no fucking way I went the wrong way. What? No fucking way. We committed. You ain't making me turn around. Hell. Kentucky. Just came from that way too, but it's all good. I'm gonna pop a right here, then another right. Yeah, I just hope if I get fired, that's like I said, that's probably the only thing that's gonna stop me from doing this. If I do get fired from this company, like, pretty bitches out today, man. I love when there's pretty bitches out in the street, but it's a different type of pretty. It's like, it's the same bad bitches, but the ones that, like, you could tell they're not at their best. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you see bad bitches on the street, and that's how you know the market is not popping right now. You know what I'm saying? That's when the market is not. That's just my thesis. Cause I look at it like this. I'm like, niggas ain't going to the strip club. The thoughts ain't getting that money from selling that, so they gotta get back in the market, like the real market. So that you start seeing all the bad bitches working at fucking. Maybe I'm the only one that fucking see shit like that. But I see all the bad bitches like, oh, hold on, what are you doing at this gas station? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing at Subway? This don't look like your normal occupation, you know, got the most expensive shit on, but just, and they cool about it. They're like, it's just a slow down, it's a little slow season. Y'all niggas ain't spending. It's crazy. Crazy. I need to hang out at a park or something, man. Maybe I'll find some fucking friends or something to play football with or some shit. You know, it's crazy because as you get older, you forget about. It's not even forget, it's like you put these responsibilities ahead of everything else. Oh, no, this fucking place is not, of all fucking places, this shit's really closed, bro. How many times? That's one thing I hate, bro. I get calls back to back, man. It gives me upset when I have one call and then like they have me turn around for another call. It's like, god damn it, man. You know what I'm saying? I could only do one at a time, which is cool. But you know what I'm saying? It's so many times where turn around, get this one first. It's like, fuck. Like, no consideration. You know, it's not as easy as just picking up the phone and saying it. You know, it's a major. It's funny because I'm talking about this right now. I remember where there's like a big disconnect between. Well, the problem is that people expect you to reply. This is how crazy shit has gone. People expect you to reply as fast as they think stuff and say it. Like that's how accustomed they are to you being submissive and compliant. Like, just pay attention to the next time somebody tells you to do something. I really encourage you to do this, guys. The next time somebody says, hey, do this, or a point or some shit, pay attention to, like, don't do it. Just stare at them and wait like 5 seconds. I promise, bro, it's gonna be the craziest moment of your life. Because A, you're gonna see how they just kind of expect you to do whatever it is that they're asking you, but they ask in a way that is like, they make it seem like it's your idea, or like, hey, do you want to do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, they ask you in a way, it's like, motherfucker, why you asking me if you know I don't want to do it? But like, what? You know what I'm saying? But then you say, it's a real psychological hack. But if there's one thing you can take away from my ignorance and my stupidity, is realize that there's some people in your life that are just leading you a specific way based on actions, not aggressiveness. They just know how to lead people based off words and communicating a specific way and getting you to do stuff, getting you to think that you are the creator of that idea, or you're the one that wants to do that. So just keep that in mind. You know, next time somebody asks you to do something, just look at them. Don't immediately run and do it. Like, really slow down. Now, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying be a fucking fuckboy, but just really start paying attention. And if you're in a relationship, I challenge you to do it to your girl. Next time your girl, I promise you, man, all these fucking simps out there, if there's a girl, I know there's gonna be your girl, she's gonna fucking ask you to do something, bro. For the first time, just tell her, nah, you do it. Or just say no, nah. Don't even say you do it, just say no. And just watch, just stare at her, bro. Just look her dead in her fucking soul. And just watch. I guarantee she's gonna either say, okay, I'll take care of it without no issue, or she's gonna be pissed as fuck. Can't really explain how she's gonna react, but you'll feel it, you'll see it based on her eyes just looking at her. And however she reacts, you gotta pay attention to that body language and never forget it, because that's somebody that has been taking advantage of you. That's somebody that's been taking advantage of your ignorance, and somebody that she's okay with that. Like, she's absolutely yeah, man. It's like, look, one thing that if you pay attention to dog trainers, I haven't really studied it hard, but I pay attention to dog trainers as well. I try to learn from them, because a lot of women, you wonder why a lot of women got dogs. Y'all think it's because they need protection and all that. Y'all niggas is sleep. They understand psychology, and they understand humans, and they understand basic stuff about human psychology, and they understand that these little techniques that you teach, that you apply on animals, they could do to you as a human. So you'll realize, like, a lot of these girls are good at training dogs and stuff like that. What they're essentially doing, yeah, okay, good, they want control, whatever the reason. I don't want to get too analytical and shit, but I promise a lot of these, not every person is learning to train dogs just to train animals. That's all I'm gonna say. Not everybody's doing it with the intent just to actually have their dog submissive. They actually enjoy controlling, using these techniques on other people. That's all I'm gonna say. So, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, man, just keep growing. You know, if you found any value in anything that I said, just like, share, subscribe. Keep growing, keep developing. If you want to start learning how to generate income outside of your job, even if it's an extra $250, $300, $500 a month, then hit the link below. The second link, Joey's going to be the one that's teaching you how to start generating a side income. If it's not directly through how he does it and how we go about generating extra income, then look at it from a building skill set perspective. I guarantee you're going to learn something that you have not learned from school. You're going to learn a skill set, and if you start thinking creatively, I'll actually help you a little bit, help you use your head a little bit, is go into it with the mentality like, okay, instead of following what he just says, I'm going to learn, and then I'm going to think about how could I use this for somebody else. I'm going to think about how could I help somebody with the skill set. And if you go about it with that mentality, then you may be able to get a return a lot sooner than what I thought I could do, is because I was trying to get a return, trying to sell other people's products, etc., when I didn't realize I was building a skill set that was valuable within itself, and I could have got paid good income for doing this for somebody else. So it's just a frame shift, a mindset shift, that sometimes it requires an outside force or a lot of reflecting to come across that mentality. So with that, keep growing, keep developing. Remember, we are one.